So have some most excellent news, at least if you're an Xbox fan, and maybe this kind of soothes what you're kind of doing or what you're thinking about Xbox in general. But for me, I think, this was obviously going to happen. I'm glad to see that it's kind of happening the way that it has, and, not the other way. Because, when it comes down to it, believe it or not, I know a lot of folks were saying in the kind of stratosphere that Xbox might not do more hardware, or they hadn't actually signed a deal with AMD. So if you guys don't know, like, AMD does the chip for both Xbox and PlayStation. Sony signed their deal with AMD a little while ago, planning for the PlayStation 6. Microsoft hadn't done that yet. So the problem with that is, from the point where they start designing the console and things like that, it's a good 3 to 4 years before it gets designed to getting made and put on the shelf. And so with that being said, we're kind of in this world where we weren't sure what was going to happen with the actual Xbox itself. So we'll see what happens. But I wanted to get into this. Should be a very interesting video. I'm Crab Gamer. This is Crab Gamer Reviews with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I certainly appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. I'm doing multiple videos. I try to do daily gaming content. It is something that realistically, it takes quite a bit of time, but I enjoy it. And so hopefully if you guys enjoy it as well, you can go ahead and, hit the like button, all that kind of good stuff. That's basically all I ask for, to be honest with you. So hit the like button. Let me know what you guys think. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. A lot of us are worried about, the Xbox brand, and, are they going to continue to make the Xboxes, all that kind of stuff. This is really like a thing that worries me as well, as somebody who has a lot of Xbox games. I have hundreds of physical Xbox games, thousands of digital. So you can imagine how I'd be kind of worried about this. And according to this new report that just came out, the next generation Xbox recently finished its early pitch stage. So we know what goals Microsoft have in mind when making their new Xbox. A new rumor has appeared that should be ending a few questions some gamers might be asking about the future. According to this, Jez Gordon from Windows Central shared this claim in a new report on Windows Central, and I quote, "To that end, I've recently been told that Xbox's next-gen console hardware has now moved past its early pitch stages and has been fully approved and costed all the way up the chain. Previously, we heard rumors that Microsoft is actually planning to release a console as soon as next year, and so it seems that Jez has just nuked that rumor completely. Because even if Jez is just saying that Microsoft is set to manufacture units of the console, they certainly would not take as little as a year to start that process. And especially since he says it's early pitch stages, like pitch stages. That's when you're pitching something. So again, when you kind of look at this and you're kind of going, okay, this is probably pretty early going and things like that. I would say most likely 2028. To me anyway, that's kind of what it says to me. Maybe they could get something out in 2027, but to me the fact kind of looks like 2028 would be the year that they get something out. And they're probably not in a huge hurry, just to be quite honest with you. I mean, when you look at how things are kind of falling in terms of the console sales and things like that, I do kind of think that, hey, you know what, there's some issues there in terms of not being able to sell their platform. And it's also kind of equally of a bit of an issue because you have Microsoft on one hand and a lot of Xbox fans saying, oh well, consoles aren't what they used to be, nobody's buying consoles, etc., etc. And then you look over and you see Sony celebrating actual rise in their console sales in year 5. And then you kind of go and question maybe what Microsoft is saying. I mean, I'm sure Microsoft wants everybody to believe that consoles aren't what they used to be, but in my opinion, there's still demand for consoles, just it doesn't seem to be a big demand for Xbox right now. So, anyway, so basically, yeah, don't expect a new Xbox next year. It's not going to happen. It seems that Jez has kind of nuked that rumor completely. And again, it just takes time to get these things out. And again, what we do know for sure is that Microsoft has in mind when it comes to designing the next Xbox. He said, I think people want to pick hardware based on the capabilities of that hardware and the choices that they want to make about where they want to play. We want our hardware to win based on the capabilities that we have. And Spencer explained this new selling point to be how they intend to keep selling Xbox consoles when Microsoft has decided to make their games multi-platform moving forward. It's certainly worth noting that Spencer referred to capabilities, and that does not necessarily mean power. It must be said, from what obviously we've seen so far, Xbox Series X has objectively compared well to games published on PS5 Pro, while Sony has yet to get all PS5 Pro certified games to make full use of PSSR. Those games, same games, perform just fine on Microsoft's console. One could say that smart delivery and quick resume are some unique capabilities on Xbox, and these could have won over some gamers to get one of the consoles, but these capabilities that the most powerful PCs cannot match, and Microsoft may be thinking of even more unique features and abilities to sway some people to come over as well. So again, I'll say I think that quick resume and smart delivery and auto HDR and all that kind of stuff is really cool. But again, that stuff didn't really win people over to Xbox to begin with. So, we'll have to see how that kind of works out. If that's stuff that honestly can keep people rolling in the Xbox stratosphere or not, I think we'll have to wait and see. Like, it's weird to me. We finally get these games on Xbox, and and they're all going to PlayStation at a time when PlayStation seems like it's imploding on itself. But Phil Spencer has once said that the 8th console generation was the worst one for Microsoft to lose because it was when gamers started building their digital game libraries that would carry over to the next generation. It's also clear now that he conceived of Game Pass as a response to the issue, solving the problem of both having a constant stream of revenue and of enticing gamers with a pool of new games that they didn't have to pay for individually to collect. Spencer may be the most patient executive, according to this, and he finally started seeing his plans come out from these last 2 console generations, and we'll have to see if that ends up bearing fruit for him. Microsoft is already the largest video game publisher in the world, but again, I still think it's completely, there's no path forward, in my opinion, for, just in my humble opinion, right? There's no path forward for a console, for an Xbox to launch with 0 exclusive games, right? Like, I don't care. Like, I've yet to hear anybody tell me how we could see something, they could do anything, you know what I mean? How that could sell, right? I honestly, I do not see it. Maybe you guys might feel differently. I would love to know what y'all think on that subject, because for me, honestly, I just don't feel that people would be kind of foolish enough to go in there and get that, you know what I mean? Like, here's the thing, you see an Xbox, you kind of see an Xbox there, and it only plays Xbox games, or a PlayStation 6 there or whatever, and it plays PlayStation and Xbox games and probably gets more third-party games. So at what point do you think, oh, okay, I'm going to just go with the PlayStation? I think some people will do that. Now, the thing is, what Phil's talking about with the console generations is sort of right, but almost 60 million people bought an Xbox One, and people do buy separate consoles, depending on, they might buy more than one console if you have to kind of look into it that way, you know what I mean? Like, people like myself, I buy an Xbox, a PlayStation, and a Nintendo console every generation. And why do I do that? Well, I do that because I like the different exclusives that they offer. But do you see what I said there? I like the different exclusives that they offer. So, we'll see what happens. Microsoft definitely, I think, needs some exclusives. We need them to push things in a way that we haven't really seen before, and hopefully they can do it. I think they have, a chance. We'll just have to see if it all starts to add up or not. So, what do you guys think about this, though? Are you excited about the potential future of a new Xbox. What could they do to draw you in if you're a fan? Let me know down below. Please continue to, subscribe, watch, like the videos if you enjoy them, and I'll catch you next time. Hope you guys all have a fantastic day. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up, crap gamer out.